In the previous episode, we talked about how nonprofits can determine whether a grant opportunity is worth pursuing. Today, we're looking at the opposite question. How can you tell when a grant is not a good fit? For many nonprofits, the biggest challenge in grant seeking isn't writing proposals. It's deciding which opportunities to skip. Reviewing a few signals early can save significant time for organizations with limited staff and resources. Let's return to our example. Michael Turner, the program manager at Lakeside Community Learning Center, is reviewing new grant opportunities for the upcoming year. After a few disappointing results in the past, his team has started asking a simple question before beginning a proposal. Is this opportunity actually a realistic match? Over time, they noticed several patterns that help them rule out poor fit grants quickly. The first signal is mission misalignment. Foundations typically define clear program priorities in their funding guidelines. Research, summarized by the National Council of Nonprofits, notes that funders generally prioritize projects that closely match their stated focus areas. For example, a foundation may support environmental conservation, public health programs, or early childhood education. If your nonprofit's work falls outside those categories, the proposal may be unlikely to advance during the review process. The second signal is geographic eligibility. Many foundations restrict funding to specific regions, states, or cities. These limits are usually listed in funding guidelines. According to nonprofit research resources published by Candid, reviewing geographic restrictions is one of the fastest ways to determine whether a grant opportunity is viable. If your organization operates outside the eligible region, the application may not be considered. The third signal involves grant size relative to your organization. Foundations often support organizations operating at a certain scale. You can sometimes see this by reviewing previous grants listed in public filings, such as foundation reports or IRS Form 990-PF records. If a funder consistently awards very large grants to major institutions or very small grants to local volunteer groups, your organization may fall outside the typical range. The fourth signal is visible in a funder's past recipients. Most foundations publish lists of previously funded organizations. Looking at those lists can reveal patterns. For example, certain program models specific types of institutions or recurring partner organizations. If you rarely see nonprofits similar to yours among the recipients, that may indicate a weaker fit. The fifth signal appears in the language of the funding guidelines themselves. Funders often describe the kinds of programs they prefer to support. For example, research initiatives, capital projects, or direct community services. If the description does not resemble your program model, the opportunity may not align well with your work. When Michael's team at Lakeside Community Learning Center began reviewing these signals before writing proposals, their grant strategy changed. They applied to fewer opportunities, but the opportunities they pursued were better aligned with their programs. For many nonprofit teams, time is one of the most limited resources. Recognizing poor fit opportunities early can help organizations focus their effort where alignment is stronger. In the next episode, we'll look at a practical method some nonprofits use to evaluate opportunities quickly: the 10-minute grant fit test.